Welcome to Authentic Science Video 18. Got stung by a bee or wasp? Let's see the do's and don't do's in the treatment. Now, how can we differentiate between bee and wasp? Honeybee has fuzzy hair, robust body, thick legs, and their nests have typical honeycomb appearance, while the wasp has a smooth and shiny body with a distinct black and yellow stripes, narrow waist, and skinny legs. Most commonly, they are seen in the ground, sandy, open places, or bases of trees and shrubs. They create the nest from a paper like substance from the wood pulp. The honeybee, as name indicates, feed on honey, while the wasps feed on insects. Now let's see how the bite is different. For a bee, the sting is all or nothing. The bee loses its stinger and injects about 50 micrograms of venom, which is acidic in nature, while the wasp retains its stinger, injects only less quantity, about 2 to 15 micrograms of venom, which is basic in nature. Usually, wasp stings multiple times at the same site, and the wasp sting is considered as more deep and painful compared to the bee. Chemically, the bee venom and the wasp venom are different. That is, the bee venom is acidic in nature and the wasp venom is basic in nature, but their effects are similar. Both contain hyaluronidase enzyme which break down the cell membrane and helps the venom to spread. And the chemicals in the venom trigger the release of histamine which lead to severe allergy and anaphylaxis. The stings can produce mild, moderate, or severe symptoms. There will be only a burning pain, redness, and swelling in mild cases. Extreme redness and progressive swelling, which enlarges over the next 1 or 2 days, can be seen in moderate cases. And in severe reactions, the patients present with urticarial rashes and flushed or pale skin and difficulty in breathing and swelling of throat and tongue, a weak rapid pulse, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and even loss of consciousness. Now come to the first aid treatment. In the case of a bee sting, we have to remove the sting left over the skin promptly. Why? Because the venom sac will be attached to that stinger. And if we won't remove it promptly, it continues to inject venom to the body. Then how to remove the stinger? For that, wipe the skin over with a piece of gauze or scrape it slowly with a fingernail or piece of card. Once the stinger had come out, wash the area thoroughly with soap and water. After that, apply a cool compress over the area. We can apply an ice pack every 20 minutes in an hour till the pain or inflammation had come down. Again, for reducing the pain, we can use any paracetamol or Brufen tablet. An oral histamine and local steroid ointment can be useful to reduce the local inflammation. Elevate the knee and remain calm. Take an injection TT also. Immediate admission and treatment in the hospital setup is required if the patient has more than 10 to 20 bee stings and if there is a sting inside mouth or throat, if there is a sting on the eyeball, or if there is an anaphylactic reaction. For mild symptoms, the first aid treatment will be enough. If the patient have moderate allergic reaction with urticarial rashes all over the body, mild breathing difficulty and all, admit the patient and observe him and also give injection antihistamines, steroid and injection adrenaline as required. If the patient have severe allergic reaction or anaphylaxis with reduced BP, breathlessness, swelling airways and all, this is truly a life-threatening emergency. We have to admit the patient, intubate and secure the airways. Also administer injection antihistamines, injection steroid and injection adrenaline and shift to the ICU and observe him there till the patient becomes stable. Earlier, we thought that the wasp stings being alkaline can be neutralized with acid like vinegar. And the bee stings which are acidic due to presence of formic acid can be neutralized with alkali such as baking soda. Now, these methods are proven as ineffective. Why? Because the venom contains many active ingredients that cause pain and inflammation. So, neutralization with this vinegar and baking soda will not be effective at all. Another reason is that the venom injected under the skin spreads fast to the deeper tissues. So, washing the skin just with vinegar or soda bicarb won't be effective in any way. Now, let's see what are the don't do's. Don't squeeze the sting using the tweezer because it may result in injection of more venom under the skin. And don't scratch over the sting area. And don't burst any blisters since all these result in more infections. Thank you.